I wonder how many worms are in this field in front of me. Oh, there goes the birds. It's a ton of worms. I'm sure the birds are able to eat. I'm sure they have a lot of it's like a lot of worms that last a long time. So very unprepared. I feel like God is telling me to start sharing. I'm gonna try to go down, like I have a list of notes on my phone, list of like things that as I go along this adventure, God has been helping me to understand things, becoming wiser, and as I've been growing in love, I've been learning, and like I don't want it to sound so like educational or whatever. It's just been a very natural, pure, beautiful adventure of going through life, growing in love, and gaining understanding in my life, and being able to now share it to kids, and yeah, all the young people, yeah. I wrote down, or typed down, sometimes there's times in our lives where we have to take that step and focus less about ourselves, or maybe even not think about ourselves, for the sake of genuine love, because we care. And I see, like, I just saw the birds, and I know in Matthew 6, talks about God loves you. Do not worry about your life. Do not worry about tomorrow. Don't be anxious. God will provide for you. Just like He provides for the birds, He will provide for you. And, I'm just looking at the field, and I'm like, there's a whole open field for these birds to eat from, full of worms and whatever else birds eat, I guess. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how He just gives that, supply, provision, whatever word you want to use. And I guess to not worry and know that God has opportunity and provision for you that you can take advantage of, allows you to focus less on yourself so that you're more free to genuinely love because you care. I don't know why the birds flew away when I pointed my phone over, because they were all just eating and moving around in the grass. Maybe there was a bird that was watching out, like a watch person bird, and as soon as I moved in its direction, maybe is thinking like, oh, this guy has a gun, he's about to hunt, we have to go. And he warned the other birds and they all flew away together. I don't know, maybe I'm just shooting out an idea here, kind of just a thought in a moment. Fudge. You know, that bird wasn't so worried about, man, I gotta eat right now, I'm hungry, or man, like, I gotta get food to store up so I'm not hungry later, or not so worried about its life. It saw a problem and it reacted, and it kept the other birds safe, and out of care it did that. Really, animals are just fearful, out of fear. But I guess I don't even know if that is even what happened. I don't know how birds are, but if I apply that to like human life, you know, out of care you react, you know, for someone else, loving someone else, and not so focused on yourself, because you're free to know that, hey, God has provision for me. What the heck? Why is there a red bird trying to like fly into someone's car? What the heck? Oh, you can't zoom in? That was weird. It was like a bird like trying to fly into someone's car. I have no idea. I see more birds in the field. So yeah, I mean, there's provision out there. There's plenty of fields out there. This is not the only field. This is not the only moment. When you see a serious problem, when you're about to be hunted and you're a bird and you're trying to protect your flock or whatever it is, you know, you react out of care, you react out of love. Not worrying so much about yourself allows you to help others. Not being so fearful about, not like fearing and worrying about the wrong thing, allows you to focus, you know, have concern about the right thing. If the bird was so focused on eating because it's so afraid, it wouldn't have focused on the fact that I got to keep an eye out, got to watch out, and if anything happens, I have to make the right decision. Like, if it was so focused on eating, and I was hunting, and it did notice me, but it was not really paying attention because it was so focused on eating, it would have got shot and would have became dinner or whatever. But because it wasn't so worried about eating, that it had enough space on its head, on its mind, to pay attention to other things that matter. And because of that space, because of that, you know, it having that space on its mind, it was able to help others. It was able to help the other birds because they all got away safely. If I were to actually try to hunt it, it would have all gotten away safely because it reacted, because it wasn't so focused and so worried about its life of, I gotta eat. It was able to focus on other things in life that matter and able to help its fellow bird neighbors. I feel like I'm just saying anything here because honestly, this was unprepared, unplanned, and I just felt like God led me to do this, so I'm just doing it. Yeah. So honestly, that has been my life. Back in the beginning of 2024, I was in such pain, really, really, a really, really, I don't even know how to like really give it the right words or explain it right. I did a video about it before a few months ago that explains it better, but just it was really painful. And I could have been, I mean, at first I was, maybe not completely, but in the very beginning, I was very focused on my problem, very focused on my life, very focused on what I was going through. I'm like, all my whole attention, my mind is set on this because it's something I want really bad. A situation, I didn't fart, that's my stomach just bubbled. A situation that I really want to have. Like, it was just something I really wanted for myself. And as I grew in love, I was, God helped me to be able to have space in my mind, have the room to focus less on myself so I can help really the kids. I was able to take myself, my desires out of it, out of my focus of life. I was able to to put myself to the side, think of me less, so that I could now help other people, help kids. I went through a lot of pain. It was very painful, and I wouldn't wish what I went through, that hurt on anyone. That painful just pain. I wouldn't wish it on anyone ever. And in that time, I was very focused on getting out of that pain, getting what I was longing for. And in that time, God grew me in love so that I would create more space, not for myself, but more space on the inside of me for kids, for these, teenagers and everyone else who may make the same mistakes I did, some of them, or, any, space for them so they don't go through the pain that I went through. so they don't deal with the hurt that I had to face, which wasn't God's fault. Oh, that's a big worm. Oh my gosh. That bird has a husky worm. I can't zoom in because it's on a face camera. But so they don't have the bird's back to go back in the window. What is happening? Is it a red bird? Birds are so strange. So they don't have to face the pain that I did. That's really what it is, for like a big part of it. Like, I realized the wrong that I did, the wrong that led me there, and the wrong that is simply just wrong. And I didn't understand that very much before, until one, I faced a lot of pain beyond anything I've had before. And I do think pain can be a fantastic teacher. But also until God helped me to grow in love. And I feel like I'm just saying so much here. So if you're following along to this point, yeah, thank you. Not even thank you, just good, I guess. I don't know. I mean, thank you for caring to listen. But yeah. As I gained and as I'm gaining understanding, I'm using this to genuinely love, to care, because, to love because I care. I went through a lot of hurt. I see things better now, and I just want to be able to share that to the kids so they can understand, and so that they can avoid the hurt and instead have fulfillment. Embrace more fulfillment. Walk in love, and just see the beauty of life, the goodness, and be able to live in it and enjoy it. Not live a fearful life, not live a super self-focused life, but to enjoy this beautiful world that God has provided for us, and to love, and that and to not be fooled, because the devil wants to deceive us. People can be deceiving, our hearts can be deceiving, just a lot of things in the world that are amazing and good, but some things that are lacking in understanding, lacking in love, lacking in the beauty of life. And it seems so tempting to enjoy and to take advantage of, and you feel like you're missing out if you don't have it, until you get it. And then at some point, whether it's in the beginning, the middle, or end, at some point, it hurts. And we weren't created to go through that hurt. We don't have to. So it's nice to have a choice. It's cool. So yeah, I think that's it. That's it. I think I don't have to keep talking. I think God has used me right now. Uh, yeah, he loves you. Um, you're definitely loved, and um, yeah, that's it. See ya.